We got CryptoCito on again. If you don't know who CryptoCito is, he is like, as I said before, you know, when you want, for example, if you want your girlfriend to get bigger boobs, right? Or your wife to get bigger boobs, you don't take it to the general doctor. You don't do that because the general doctor is not a specialist in boobs. You know, the general doctor can actually make boobs if he had to, but the boobs won't be as, you know, as if you went to a specialist. When you want boobs, you go to the boobs specialist. When you want your nose done, you go to the nose specialist. When you want, you know, that's how it works. So we also go to specialists when we want specialists. And my specialist, when I want to know anything about the Cosmos ecosystem, is CryptoCito. Now, for those of you who don't know who this man is, number one, he is one of the hardest workers in crypto. Number two, one of the most humble guys in the world. Number three, he is an honorary member of the Banter fam. So what you will see is that he has his own channel. Last time we had him on the show, he gave so much alpha that at least 5,000 Banter people jumped into his channel. And now they go onto the stream every day and they represent and they represent and they represent. And today you can see he's dropping another video called The Internet of Blockchain. So go and check that out. That's coming out today. It's coming out today, right? See, so every day, Cosmos ecosystem gems. And we think that Cosmos is going to be destroying, it's going to be one of the big narratives in 2024. Cito, how are you, my friend? How was the response to the last time that you were at Banter?
Man, thanks to you, Ran. Thanks to the Banter fam and like everyone that, you know, came over, subscribed to the channel. Like you said, I think it was actually close to 7,000 people that literally went over, you know, flooded my channel. So big thanks. Also on Twitter, man. Like Twitter, I think almost 10,000 people started following me on Twitter.
Holy shit.
So big shout out. Yeah, that's crazy.
Amazing.
And the Banter fam is real, you know. It's I get a lot of great messages. People that kind of were already, obviously you did Cosmos content in the past, but you know, I think like you say, it's cool to have sources that specialize on one ecosystem, right? And we talked about this last week. But yeah, I've been doing this now for longer than IBC has been in production, right? Nearly 3 years. Been covering the Cosmos ecosystem. So yeah, it's good, you know, good week, good day today, crypto, especially Cosmos going up. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
Guys, we did a show last week. There's a link to the show we did last week if you missed the beginning part of the show. This week is about more gems on Cosmos. Last week we touched on the top ones. This week we're digging deeper. We're looking to look for the gems that most people haven't found yet. That's what we actually looking to do. Okay, wait, before I've got a few things that I want to ask you. I know you've prepared a lot, but what do you make of all this meme coin craze, specifically on Injective? I saw that there was Ninja. I don't know if you saw Ninja that launched on Injective.
Yeah.
I mean, hold on. I have to just show you what happened to the accounts. Hold on a second. Somewhere here I've got. Oh man, I've got to find this tweet. It shows the increase in the accounts in Injective. Here it is. Yeah. So look at the increase in accounts in Injective. Over 143,000 active wallets, and I think a lot of that is going to do with airdrop farming, and a lot of that is going to do with meme coins on Injective, because there was Ninja which launched. But then now we have a new one which is launching. It's called Max. Max is the dog, because it's got to be named after the founder's dog or the founder's cat. So Max is the CTO's founder's dog. I'm not kidding you. This is Max. And now there's a meme coin called Max. And I mean, I guess it could probably be a decent meme coin. Are you buying into this meme coin hype or not?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm not the biggest meme coin person. And yeah, I think also the Cosmos ecosystem is quite fundamentalist and focused on the tech. You know, it's an ecosystem of developers. You had ZDEX on your meme coin stream, which was amazing, by the way. I watched the whole thing. We do have meme coins in Cosmos now, and I think Huawei is obviously the biggest one. But even Chihuahua, right? It's an L1. It's actually like a sophisticated chain, right? There's like applications launching on top of it. There's NameM. There's the Huawei-verse, right? There's like actual stuff being built. And I think, you know, that kind of represents also the seriousness in Cosmos. But I also love to see, you know, like I said, the Ninja token and whatever meme coins on Injective that are probably onboarding a lot of users, and the airdrop mania, you know, that drives retail investors and the retail community, right? They like this stuff. So I'm just not the biggest. Like,
I want to show you a meme about meme coin traders. Okay, this is a meme about meme coin traders.
Today, he's already made $200,000. But Ronnie's an addict. He'll search anywhere to make more. Today,
that's the kind of market that we're actually in. That's the kind of market that we're actually in.
Yeah, man. It's also funny, like how quickly people throw their kind of bear market PTSD out of the window, you know.
Yeah.
Now, like you literally see people aping into 5 different meme coins per day that were just minted on the same day. And they don't even know like anything around the tokenomics, right? So I think people should be very careful, one, with the meme coins, but two, also with airdrops, right? And there's, I just got a call yesterday from a guy who got on a phishing site to claim an airdrop and unfortunately got wiped, you know, his wallet. So please be very careful. And, you know, if you guys do meme coins, I mean, you tell this on your shows all the time, like with a fraction of your capital, right? Yeah. It's like, it's a gamble, right? And yeah,
let's go into something a little bit more serious. This is a very serious question. The meme coins, it was a lot of fun, and if you're going to trade meme coins, you know that it's got zero value. But I want to talk about something that I think has got a lot of value. I want you to help me understand something here because I have a riddle in my head which I can't solve. This is the riddle in my head. So, liquid staking on Solana is liquid staking on one chain, because Solana is one chain, right? So liquid staking on Solana is liquid staking on one chain, and the market gives the biggest liquid staking protocol a market cap of, here we go, let's just quickly have a look at it. So JTO, the market gives Jito a market cap of 2.65 billion. Then you've got Lido, which is, okay, Lido is multi-chain, but primarily Ethereum, but it is multi-chain. Lido has a market cap of $2 billion. Okay, so more or less $2 billion. Then you've got Stride. Stride is the upcoming liquid staking protocol on Cosmos. The difference between Cosmos and all those other chains is that it's not one chain, it's actually 100 chains. It'll be 1,000 chains. It could even be 1,000,000 chains. Who knows how many chains are eventually going to be launched. But the market is only giving Stride a market cap of less than $200 million. The market moves so fast that I actually haven't seen it. Okay, it's up 25% today. Okay, so it's got a market cap of $237 million. Help me understand, what am I missing here? Like, am I missing something? Or is the market missing something? What is it?
No, I think I also commented under a tweet. I don't think you miss anything. You're just early, you know, and I think Stride launched in the depths of the bear market, where also Cosmos was heavily affected by the Terra collapse, obviously, when it comes to liquidity. So there was a big dry out of interest, people getting into, and, this paired with just a general bear market. And Stride just launched in the midst of that, right? But, and they actually launched, they came out of stealth during Cosmoverse last year in Medellin, 2022. So it's just been a bit over a year, but they just killed it. They're like such a smart, committed team that kind of came out of nowhere. And they have just built this protocol with the mission to become a liquid staking app chain for Cosmos, right? And they have just said it, and they did it, they shipped it. Amazing UX, amazing UI, super smooth. And here we are, right? I think now they have more than $90 million in TVL.
You can stake across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 chains. As long as they use the IBC bridge, you can stake. This is the part that doesn't make sense for me. You've got one liquid staking hub for all of these chains, and then you have one for Solana, and you've got Stride trading at 10% of the market cap of thing. Doesn't make sense to me. Let me ask you a question. Would you be buying Stride?
I got a decent Stride airdrop, to be honest. So I like that, And also, by the way, they keep giving out airdrops for new coins that get added through their liquid staking protocol. I think obviously if you look into, I think liquid staking also is the biggest category in DeFi now by market cap.
Yes.
So I think Stride is undervalued. I would be buying it if I would not have any right now.
Yes,
because
that's
also
what I
the
mean.
Stride token itself. Yes. Because the Stride token itself also has a good revenue share where you actually also accrue value from these tokens.
I'll tell you what I also saw here, which I think might be the reason. So the only real place to buy Stride is on Osmosis, and you can buy a tiny bit on Kujirafin. And using Osmosis is hard. But if you actually do use Osmosis and you actually do manage to get some, when this thing goes onto exchanges and stuff like that, I think this thing can absolutely explode. That's kind of like where I'm looking at it. Yeah. All right. Now,
by the way,
yeah.
Also, because you're totally right. I think for non-Cosmos native users, I think Osmosis is quite complex because you also have to like deposit, withdraw assets through IBC. So I actually recommend using ibc.fun or squidrouter.app or app.squidrouter.com. Those are like AMA or DEXs where you can basically connect your different wallets. It's even compatible with MetaMask because it also taps into Axelar technology. And then you can just swap from, all these chains and the IBC magic goes into the background, right?
Yes.
So
look, that is the problem. That is one of the biggest problems with Cosmos is that it's, you have to be it's not a mainstream ecosystem yet, but that's also one of the biggest opportunities is that it's not a mainstream ecosystem yet. And if you get in now, you'll probably get some great returns. All right, so if you're into meme coins, you've got Max. If you're into liquid staking, you've got Stride. Tell me about some other narratives, some other chains. Last week we spoke about Injective. We spoke a little bit about Axelar. We spoke about Neutron. We spoke about Celesta. We spoke about Kujira. This week, I think we should go on to a whole lot of other ones, and I think they're a little bit more hidden. Let's say that they're a little bit more hidden, right? That's probably the best way to do it. So where should we start?
We can actually share my screen.
Guys, while he's sharing his screen, just remember, while he's sharing his screen, we at Banter want to change lives. Number one, subscribe to CryptoBanter. There's obviously just smash the subscribe button. But more importantly, subscribe to Cryptocito's channel. We want to change his life like we change everyone's life. That's the culture of the Banter fam. We will change his life if we can increase his subscribers because he'll get more sponsors, he'll get more opportunities, and he'll work harder. And when he works harder, we will benefit from that. So let's help him. Let's help him. That's the culture of the Banter fam. All right, let's go. So I can't see your screen for some reason. There we go. Now I can see your screen.
Now, so I actually wanted to start with Cosmos Hub and Atomic Economic Zone stuff, or should we jump to like narratives?
I want to go to narratives. Fuck that. I want to go. I want my heart to race. I'm a DJ, and
Okay. We can talk about Cosmos Hub later.
Sure.
I think that what we talked about Stride actually is an atom secured chain, right? So Stride launched as a standalone sovereign Cosmos app chain, but they then fully migrated after Cosmos Hub shared security launched. They fully migrated to become an atom secured zone, right? So that's really this atom economic zone narrative. AZ.
Explain to me what you mean. Explain to me what you mean by an atom secured zone.
Okay, so let's then go back up. So basically, the Atom Economic Zone is the Cosmos Hub's service that he provides or she provides. Cosmos Hub is female, called Gaia actually. But yeah, the Cosmos Hub is an L1 in Cosmos that now provides interchain services, of which security is the first one, right? So I think about the Cosmos Hub basically being now in the same bucket as the polkadot relay chain or the Kusama relay chain, right? Which is there to secure other chains. So this feature went live.
Secure other chains, you mean the other chains don't need their own validators? They can just
They don't need exactly, yeah.
Yes.
Because the big pain point in Cosmos is that mostly if you want to launch this app chain, for whatever product you want to launch, you will also have to bootstrap your own validator set. There need to be validator incentives, economics, right? And this all needs to be done in like a sustainable way. So the Cosmos Hub implemented this feature where it could basically replicate its security, which means Atom validators also run infrastructure for other chains.
Yeah.
And Neutron was actually the first one that launched from scratch as an Atom secured chain. And Stride was the second one, but it was the first one that first was a standalone chain and then got migrated into an Atom secured chain. So those are the two Cosmos Hub kind of secured chains. And that allows Stride really to focus on one thing and one thing only, and that is to be liquid staking market leader, right? In Cosmos and eventually maybe also outside of Cosmos. when we talk about Stride, and I think the AAZ narrative might be a big one. And also, to be honest, I think it's important here. Like, we don't need 100 atom secure chains, right? We probably need just like 5 or 6 solid ones. Neutron is obviously a big one. Stride is a big one. And what they do is they will also share revenue with atom stakers, right? So right now, Stride has a revenue model for its liquid staking service.
So I mean, it's the same thing as if they were going to pay their own validators, but instead of paying their validators, they're saying, look, Atom validators, you're already doing the work anyway. Why don't you just do it for us as well? It means that we don't have to focus on stuff that we're not good at, which means that we can become the best at what we do, which is actually not validating. We're the best at liquid staking, and that's yeah. So you call that the Atom Economic Zone? Is that what you called it?
Atom Economic Zone, exactly. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of this narrative, and I think that might actually be one of the narratives for the next bull run. So I think we talked about Stride. Neutron, I think, is one that's slowly getting on people's radar. We briefly touched upon it last time, but Neutron, in fact, is a permissionless CosmWasm. So CosmWasm is a smart contract framework native to Cosmos, a platform that's optimized for DeFi. You're a big fan of Astroport. Astroport is mainly on Neutron. Mars Protocol is actually also considering to make Neutron their new home. And why is Neutron so hyped and so big? Well, because it's the team that built Lido, and Lido is inarguably the biggest, most successful protocol probably in crypto, right? Multi-billion-dollar protocol. So it's the same team. Astroport's already there. They also have a very smart M&A strategy. So Neutron actually acquired Duality, which is a next generation kind of AMM. They used to be actually Ethereum maxis, and now they're building Duality.
I'm reading something between the lines here. And maybe I'm being a conspiracy theorist, but if they are the team that built Lido, right? Yeah. And this team is now building on Cosmos, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean that maybe, perhaps, we will see Lido on Cosmos very soon?
Maybe, yes. But I also think that the Neutron team, they see that Stride is already kind of killing it, So yes. I don't know if they want to actually take on the kind of battle with them. And there's also other liquid staking providers already. But it could be, yeah. I mean, we talked about this almost a year ago, I think, when they launched.
So that you say these guys are doing a lot of acquisitions, right? They're doing a lot. I mean, one of the things about Neutron is they're very acquisitive. They keep buying.
Yes. Duality, which is one to look out for. Confio, which is actually the company that has invented CosmWasm. So they acquired 25% of that. And also TimeWave, which is also a project I don't want to explain it. I think it's too I don't want to overload people.
Yeah.
But it's a thing that people should probably read upon. It's basically providing liquidity as a service, which would be a nice business model in which Neutron could lend out Atom liquidity and also generate revenue for Atom stakers and for Neutron itself. So there's really cool concepts, and my point really here is that Neutron as a smart contract platform, a permissionless smart contract platform, has huge upside, and token price already went nuts. I think it's about
I'm looking at it here. It's about $1 billion. It's about $1 billion, $1.1 billion fully diluted. So it still has quite a way to go if it wants to be anywhere near Injective or any of those ones. It still has quite a way to go. All right, so we've got Stride, we've got Neutron. We spoke about Max the dog. We spoke about. I want to ask you something else. Astroport, biggest DEX. It's not a DEX chain. It's a DEX across chains on Cosmos. Question: $220 fully diluted market valuation. What do you make of Astroport? I'm a big fan. I want to hear other opinions of people in the ecosystem, whether you agree or disagree.
No, I agree. And the thing just for me is there's so much going on. It's hard for me to stay up to date in depth. But Astroport is closely aligned with Neutron. And I think Neutron becoming the premier kind of DeFi platform alongside Osmosis maybe, and Injective, and there's some others. But Astroport is killing it, right? And like I say, 220 million market cap.
250 fully diluted. Well,
I don't know what's the TVL right now. I don't actually know.
TVL, it's not listed here, but I mean, it's. I know they were doing $50 million in daily trading volume, which is, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy.
All right, let's get back to your list. Let's get back to your list.
Yeah. So Stride, Neutron.
I think you just need to share it. It's not coming. It's not. There we go. Here we go. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so the third one, which we also briefly touched upon last time, and that is still not live yet, but that's Noble. Noble is already on mainnet, but it's not live on the Cosmos Hub using shared security. That's something that's been floating around, but it hasn't happened yet. But Noble is a chain for native asset issuance. They already have USDC live. That's really the chain that was co-developed also with Circle. They have no native token as of right now. I think they still need to figure out their economics. So right now it's still a proof of authority chain, but it might be the next one to migrate. And they currently have 52.9 million native USDC, which puts them actually above Optimism. So they just flipped Optimism. And yeah, next up, I guess, Algorand. And then you see already Polygon is there, right?
Is this as big as I think it is, the fact that they've got native USDC on-chain? Because you need to be able to bring dollars onto an ecosystem. Is this the only Cosmos chain that has USDC? Native.
It's the only Cosmos chain that has native USDC. And Kava is the only Cosmos chain that has native USDT. So around the same time when USDC went live, Kava announced that they have this partnership with Tether, that they would issue USDT. And I think on Kava, they already have $160 million of natively issued USDT. So yeah, those are the two kind of native stablecoin chains. And that's also, I think, one thesis why Cosmos is going to explode next bull run, especially Cosmos DeFi, is because for like a DeFi ecosystem to shine, you obviously need stablecoin liquidity. And guess what was the biggest stablecoin in the last run? It was UST, right? Terra UST.
Yeah, of course
so when that collapsed, and on Osmosis, most tokens were paired with UST. This all went to zero. This all collapsed, right? UST went to absolute zero. So now you have native stablecoin liquidity, plus you have the next generation of stablecoins, like algorithmic ones, like IST on Agoric or USK on Kujira, right? Like you have all these kind of next generation coins. But I think the stable, like USDT and USDC, that's a big driver for Cosmos DeFi.
So we need to look out. So we need to look out for Noble. We can't take any action yet because we can't do it. Is Noble part of the Atom economic zone?
Not yet. They announced basically since the beginning that they want to become an Atom secure chain. But this has to also go through on-chain governance. There needs to be a proposal. And I think what they're struggling with right now is sorting out economics, because I personally think for mainly regulatory reasons, they probably don't want to have their native token. But we have to see.
Okay,
so
perfect.
There needs to be like meaningful revenue to be shared, right? For validators to run additional infrastructure to secure Noble. So that's what they want to like sort out.
Cool. Let's go on to the next one. Because, my problem is that if I can't trade it, then I get like, I get that feeling
I understand. Okay. So let's get into it. We're getting there. Okay. So I think this is good background, because what you're going to see, I think my thesis, we're going to see a big DeFi summer in Cosmos in the next bull run, because we have now native stablecoin liquidity. We have battle-tested, mature DeFi platforms. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, the UX still needs to get better. But here's a list of like really a couple of DeFi protocols or kind of like entire chains that are optimized for trading. For example, like Injective, like Say, right? There's a lot that's being built there. You talked about this parallel execution environment on your show yesterday. Sommelier and Quasar are kind of in this decentralized asset manager bucket. Sommelier also $80 million in TVL or something like that. Quasar, $9 million. Then obviously you have the bear market survivors like Osmosis, and even Kava is there doing.
Can we
doing
talk
good
about
stuff.
Osmosis? Can we talk about Osmosis for 1 second? I mean, I like Osmosis. Osmosis,
Yeah.
the founders of Osmosis, smartest people in the whole wide world. I look at it, it's a 1.4 billion fully diluted valuation. Do you think this thing justifies a 1.4 billion fully diluted valuation for a DeFi chain or a DEX chain? Or I mean, I don't know how you define it. To me, every time I want to buy it, I kind of think to myself, not sure if I can write the check.
Yeah, I think it's still undervalued in my personal view. I mean, it went as high as $12 in the last bull run. And that was with UST being the main stablecoin. Now you have native assets, even Bitcoin and like Ethereum, Axelar is integrated tightly. They have Lana that just launched. Perpstacks, right, just crossed $1 billion in trading volume. Umi, they have a collaboration with them and also an integration, which is a lending protocol.
So you do think there's a lot of value. There's a lot of value in Osmosis.
It's kind of like a full stack DeFi ecosystem, and Osmosis is also an IBC hub, right? So if you're saying like you want to kind of bet on the most active IBC chains, Osmosis really is the one. There's no way around it.
Okay, let's go next one.
Yeah, I mean, I think those are especially those two are really hot. Injective and Say. I think Say when they
amazing, but for me too expensive. Yeah. They're both at $3.5 billion fully diluted valuations. I'm worried. I'm worried when tokens go up so much so quickly. Also, I'm kind of looking at my upside versus my downside. And look, there is upside. If Injective becomes as big as Solana, it's got a 10x in it. But they still have a lot of work to do before they're as big as Solana. And the same thing for Say. Like I love Say. We spoke a lot about parallelism, and I think that the parallelism upgrade that they did on for EVM is amazing. But I just think at $3.5 billion, the potential upside, I think there's better places to put your money. That's the problem. I love the tech, but I think there's just better places to put your money.
So Sommelier might be one, to look into. I think it's still a sub 100 million, or is it 130 million? I don't know.
I'll check it now. 165 million. So Sommelier is
165. Okay.
165 is the hold on, let me quickly just get the screen back. So it's 165 million. For those of you who don't know, it's where you get yields. This is where you lock your stuff in yields, and so let's see, you can look at the vaults, you can and you can do this across all IBC chains, I think.
No, so Sommelier is a Cosmos chain, but they implement an Ethereum bridge, and the DeFi strategies that are deployed are happening actually on Ethereum. So on Uniswap, and it's all strategies on Ethereum. So they're really targeting the ETH users and ETH whales. And Quasar is the one which I think has a much lower market cap. That's the one that's fully focused on Cosmos and IBC kind of DeFi strategies and Cosmos.
Has Quasar got a token or not?
Yes, QSR.
Let's have a look at QSR over here. So QSR, there it is. It's a much lower market cap, $69 million market cap. Let's look at Quasar over here. Here it is. So this is the one where if you want to go across all the IBC chains, blah blah blah, you can go and get your returns here. Wow, some big APYs here, of course. So there we go. Fully diluted market cap, $69 million. Let's just see where the prices come from. I mean, it's part of the Cosmos ecosystem, so you can imagine that it's come from 2.5 cents to 10 cents. It's a lot, but on a low market cap gem, it's actually not that much. Yeah,
I agree, and it's a relatively new coin. It doesn't really have the awareness yet, but TVL is growing, right? And for them, it's an important metric. So that's one maybe to put on the watch list.
Have you? So we met and we spoke to a Cosmos Launchpad this morning, which was like, for me, I haven't seen many good Cosmos Launchpads. I mean, we spoke to a guy, I think the Cosmos Launchpad is called Eclipse. I don't know if you're familiar with Eclipse.
Yeah, I know them, yeah.
What do you think? I mean, do we need a Launchpad?
So there's been interesting approaches in the past. In the very beginning, Osmosis had kind of a way to bootstrap initial token liquidity. Now there's one called Stream Swap, which I really like, but it's not fully permissionless.
String swap.
Stream
swap.
Stream Swap.
Okay.
Stream Swap, yeah, where you can basically say, okay, I wanna buy $100 worth of this new coin, and then instead of buying it all at once, you were basically streaming it into a pool and constantly DCAing into your position, which helps a lot more with price stability instead of like a classic kind of LBP. I had a call with Simon and the Eclipse team. I just didn't really get the chance to spend a lot of time and look deeper into it. But I think they just went live on Neutron, right? I think their
yes.
Eclipse token also went live.
It's going live. Yeah, I don't know if it is. I was super impressed with the guys, I must say. And also, to be honest, I do think that we need a Launchpad. I think that it's the era for Cosmos Launchpads. Yeah. All right, let's carry on. Let's go back to your list.
Okay. Next category is kind of this IBC Everywhere, where we're basically enabling compatibility with IBC to Solana and Ethereum. We have Picasso. Pika went up crazy in the past couple of weeks. I think it pulled like a 10-15x in the past months.
What does Pika do?
So Picasso is basically, it's actually home to Kusama. It's a Kusama parachain, but they enabled the first IBC connection between Kusama and Cosmos. So they also launched a Cosmos chain, and both of them have IBC compatibility. So this is how they started. And next up is for them to enable IBC with Solana. And I think given how hot Solana is right now, that's going to have a much bigger impact.
Sure.
So Picasso is the one that's doing Solana and also Ethereum. Toki is the one that's bringing IBC to BNB chain. And then Polymer and Union are working primarily on Ethereum as well, but they're not live yet.
So these are connecting Ethereum and Cosmos, basically.
Yeah, they're enabling IBC compatibility with Ethereum.
That use case can be very big, right?
Yeah, that can be very big. Yes, 100%. And it also I think it also fixes a lot of the UX constraints that we have right now when it comes to interacting with Cosmos technology. And those are really the ones.
So
Landslide is the one.
Are all these launched? Like, is Toki got a token? Has Polymer got a token? Has Union got a token?
So far, only Pika and Coreum. We talked about this last time. They're from the Ripple XRP community. They also launched their own Cosmos chain right now, and they want to bring IBC to the XRP ledger. They have a token that's live. And Landslide is actually an Avalanche subnet that wants to bring IBC to the Avalanche ecosystem, but those tokens are not live yet. So right now, only Coreum and Pika.
Okay, amazing. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
I love these narratives.
Yeah. Okay, so next one, I think that's a narrative for itself. It's just Celestia, right? Like modularity, data availability. We talked about this last time. Not just because it's a game changer for crypto and block space kind of markets, but for
those people who don't know what modularity is, what it means is you break up the blockchain into modules which fulfill certain functions of what a blockchain does. So one example is you can break away the validation function from every other function, just as an example, right? And so what modularity does is it allows builders to mix and match modules which best suit their blockchain needs. I think that's probably the easiest way to explain it. Celestia was the big daddy of modularity. Celestia is, I think, a $13 billion market cap or something. It's crazy what happened with Celestia.
Yeah.
Which just shows you how bullish the market is on this whole $13 billion market cap.
Yeah, Celestia really pioneered this, and the founder Mustafa, he's also an absolute OG. I think when he was 16, he hacked the FBI Pentagon or something Yeah, crazy. And he wrote papers on data availability and all these kind of things together with Vitalik Buterin, right? His
famous paper was called Lazy Ledger. That was I think what became the beginning of Celestia. It was called Lazy Ledger.
Yeah. That was also the name of the project before they rebranded to Celestia. But yeah, what you're going to see here is just a lot of these rollups that are launching and rollup providers. And you will have a massive TIA airdrop season next year.
I agree.
The first one actually just got announced by the Dimension. I mean, it was not really an announcement. I think they just tweeted like a photo, like the snapshot kind of emoji. So Dimension is one that is launching. Eclipse is launching. That's basically combining the Solana VM using Celesta for data availability, but as an Ethereum L2, kind of making it the fastest L2.
Right, Solana
in
VM
crypto.
with Celestia's data availability, making it an ETH L2.
Yes.
Gee, okay, wow, incredible. Okay.
And it's fully IBC compatible. So it's Cosmos IBC
Okay.
compatible as well. So Eclipse is one to watch out for. Movement Labs, I just met the founder here. We also did an in-person interview. That's basically the kind of Move VM, also using Celesta for data availability, using the Snowman consensus from Avalanche as their
Yes.
consensus algorithm.
So you see, that's what
As-
modularity is, that it allows you to use
Yeah.
a consensus from here and data availability from here, and that is what this whole narrative is about. That's why Celestia is gone so big, because that's probably the future of build your own blockchain in 10 minutes. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, I think that their slogan is kind of deploy your own blockchain as easy as deploying a smart contract.
Exactly.
Right, while maintaining full sovereignty and also full customization. So Move is one, if you're big on the Move VM and you like Sui, you like Aptos, maybe that's one to look out for. And Saga is also one that I think is more being used as a settlement layer here. But they're also kind of this next generation Cosmos chain that is bringing also shared security and scalability solutions optimized for gaming. So we talked about this last time. Saga might be the one for Cosmos gaming adoption. So
Okay.
that's kind of my next narrative. And,
all right, let's go, because I wanna try and keep this a little bit shorter so that we don't have a lot of drop off. So let's talk about this Exterra projects.
yeah.
Kujira.
Yeah, so the Terra collapse fragmented all these projects, and they all came back, right? And Kujira was first one to kind of come back
Not
with this
all
full
came
DeFi
back.
product suite.
Not all came back. The
Not all
ones
came
that
back.
were tenacious motherfuckers, those were the ones that came back. And those are the ones that you
Yeah.
should be backing. You can see Kujira bounced back harder. Levana survived and is, doing $1 billion in thing. Mars and Astroport came from the Delphi project. There's another one which no one's talking about. Which no one's talking about, which is, it's a small one. It's very, very, very small. Not many people are talking about it. So you can see it here. It's called White Whale. I don't know if you've seen it. Not many people. It's a very
White
low.
Whale.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a small market cap, fully diluted valuation, 26 million, FDV 13 million. Another one of the survivors. This is the survivors of the Terra. It's a big narrative, this.
Yeah, White Whale is actually, I forgot that on the list here. But yeah, White Whale. And then also I think Terra itself. I met Chris, he came into Cosmoverse, and I think they have a good vision to make a kind of a comeback and reposition Terra.
Interesting.
Luna, not Lunk. But yeah, that's kind of, another big narrative. I think Exterra projects. Levana actually just launched their LVN token today, and I think it's at a $400 million FTV.
Amazing.
I don't know if it's on CoinGecko yet, but yeah.
Let's see,
that's,
Levana. What's it, LVN?
LVN, yeah.
Okay, it is on, and it's a 290 million FDV. Here it is. So there we go. It's over here. There it is. There we go. That's another one of the big narratives. Levana, there it is. Levana will do very well. In fact, I think at a 290 million FDV, it's not a bad buy. I think, to be honest, I think it's probably just hard to get because where do you buy it? That's the problem. Oh, you can buy it on Gate and on Mexi, so it's actually not that bad. Not that bad. All right, what else? Let's quickly go. We've got time for one more. What are we doing? Which one are we doing?
Yeah, I think that's also the last one, which is like these three categories specifically. But I think generally every crypto trend that's like on the meta is also gonna,
Yes.
be represented in Cosmos. So I think deepin, perps, gaming, and NFTs, specifically for gaming and NFTs, I think Cosmos has a lot that needs to be caught up on. Akash is obviously the biggest and most known. Stargaze NFT platform, also home of the Bad Kids NFT collection, which is really the culture in Cosmos. Passage is one that I didn't mention last time, but they are relatively new, one to watch out for as well. Omniflix as well, Fetch AI, I'm sure most people are familiar with.
Fetch AI, Sentinel, Legendao, all of these projects. Listen, Cito,
Check for storage, yeah.
I need to go because I have to attend a Christmas function. It's been amazing having you. Always like hi alpha guys. Remember. We want to change people's lives, and at the same time, he will change your lives. All you need to do, go and subscribe to his channel. You can get alpha like this each and every day, every single day. That's the channel. There's a link below. Also, remember to subscribe here to Banter Plus, because this is where we bring you a lot of additional content. Plus, you can see everyone subscribing. That's exactly what I wanted. Thank you, my friend. Much love. I hope the Banter fam does this, and we'll keep doing this. We'll keep bringing Cosmos Alpha to the Banter fam here, but we'll probably only do our next one next year. So until then, my friend, have a beautiful Christmas with your family. Have a beautiful New Year, a beautiful festive season, and all the best for 2024. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
And to the Banter fam.